Bitcoin to $13 million? Yes, I said $13 million. Is this the greatest missed opportunity in our living history? Or is it a Ponzi scheme used for money laundering, as most of the big bankers shared with us from 2017 to about 2023? We're going to break that down in today's video. We're going to break down how Michael Saylor, the number one holder in Bitcoin, well, we got BlackRock, the number one ETF in Bitcoin, and Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy is the number one holder in Bitcoin. He is now predicting 13 million. Okay, we're going to go over that, but then we're going to break down the facts, figures, numbers, logic, and bring it into a logical circuit, and how we, as normal everyday people, Main Street, can get a piece of Wall Street and maybe, just maybe, radically transform our family's life forever. So let's dive right in. All right. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is this video right here. So this came out from Bitcoin Magazine. It says new. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is going to 13 million on CNBC. And then as I go through the news, all the different news, I'm going to show you guys how everything is interconnected. I'm going to break down the facts, figures, numbers, logic, and why I believe that we may have been played. And what I mean by that is that Bitcoin, either you can't beat it, you join it, or you created it to fix the problem. And I'll break that down on the back end. I'd love to hear your comments down below.
Bitcoin's 0.1% of the capital in the world right now. I think it's going to go to 7% of the capital.
7%.
My long-term forecast is it's going to go to 13 million over 21 years.
13 million.
13 million. But what is it 5 years from now? In your 4-year calculus.
You know, it's been growing 44% a year with about a 40 to 50 vol. I would think it'll move on at 40%, then click down to 35, then 30, then 25. And at some point, it'll be the S&P return plus 8%, and it'll be the S&P vol plus 8%, because it's always going to be a more global, open, free capital market.
How is there stuff that's above your pay grade? You're worth billions. I mean, we can say that it's above our pay grade, but who gets to decide if it's above your pay grade?
He might have been it's below his pay grade.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Bitcoin's an expression in this view that you want to invest in an asset without counterparty risk, which means you don't want to be counterparty to a country, a currency, a city, a company, a commodity, or a culture, right? So people think it's a risky thing. It's all about people wanting to not take risk. They don't want to guess whether Picasso's or real estate in New York or NVIDIA stock will be higher in 10 years. They want to buy money. They want to buy 1/21 millionth of all the money in the world forever.
End it there, Michael. Thank you.
Great. Michael, thank you.
So he talked about in there about going to 13 million. I mean, this stuff is crazy, guys. Now, think about what he just said. You're buying something that is so unbelievably scarce. Now, this came out from Bitcoin Magazine as well. So Bitcoin has been the top performing asset. Out of all the assets, it's been one of the top performing assets across the board. So it says spot ETF Bitwise graph shows how Bitcoin is the world's best performing asset. It's beating. Oh, sorry, you guys can't even see that. My apologies. So it's showing that it is the best performing asset. It's unbelievable what is happening right now. And I'm going to go a bit further in this, okay? This is Bitcoin Magazine as well. Just in, Japan's largest power company, TEPCO, is mining Bitcoin using surplus energy. Okay, so let's go deeper down the rabbit hole, because I always want to make sure that I'm making the right decisions, and I want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. When I start to see all the webs connect and I realize the 1% will always be the 1%, then I realize, just like my favorite thing in the Bible, when they try to mock Jesus and they say, who do we pay our taxes to? He looks at him, he says, who's on the coin? They said, Caesar. He says, pay your taxes to Caesar. Give to God what is his, and give to me what is mine. Guys, the monetary system has always been the same. There's always a group of wealthy people that want to run it through a centralized party. You got to understand how you fit in there. And these opportunities create a massive, massive shift in a generation. If you invest properly, and you can now become in the 1%, and you can provide those new resources and maybe change the system. We'll see. Okay, so write that down, TEPCO, right? So Japan's largest power company, TEPCO, is mining. Let's go a little bit deeper here. So I want to figure out a little bit more about TEPCO. It says TEPCO firm is using surplus energy to mine Bitcoins. Okay, so this is a subsidiary right here, but it says a Tokyo Electric Power Company subsidiary is tapping into Bitcoin mining, banking, that it can prevent renewable energy from being wasted and promoting is widespread use. Now, remember what Trump said? We're going to make America the crypto capital of the world. He also wants to bring tons of mining here. Let's go a little bit deeper, as I always do. TEPCO. Okay, just want to show you guys. This is TEPCO. Let's see who their top investors are. Oh, well, golly gee. JP Morgan Chase Bank. Now, I know these are, well, not a loose connection. I mean, look at TEPCO is using surplus green energy to mine Bitcoins. Bitcoin's used for money laundering. It's a pet rock. It's a fraud. But JP Morgan has invested in TEPCO. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can see it for yourself right there. That is using surplus green energy to mine Bitcoins. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Do you see why I take a deep breath and why I don't get reactionary and emotional about this stuff? Because I know it's all interconnected. I know that basically something was created in 2009. Somebody had to have known after the 2006 to 2008 collapse that if you just keep printing money, if you just keep printing money at low interest rates, we'd be in the exact position we're in now. And I'm going to show you tomorrow, guys, there's a problem that you're not seeing. Banks are in trouble, guys. The bond yields inverted, I think it was in 2023, and now the bond yields reinverted, which is signaling a recession. So let me just give you some aspects. So in 2020, now you need to make about 100. So basically 19% cumulative inflation, just to make it very easy numbers. You need to make about $1,000 more just to live the exact same lifestyle. People's credit cards are maxed. You can look this stuff up. Savings are drained. Okay, now they're reinverting the bond yield, which signals somewhat of a recession. We're already in a recession. There's people are struggling right now. There's a hidden crack in the system, which is the banks. That's why I insure my wealth, guys. That's why I get my money. I use banks to transact, and I put my money to insurance. That's why I do it. Many different. I like to keep my money. The first annuity was in the Roman days. Okay. Let's talk about Bitcoin specifically. Now, again, people are like, oh, you're becoming a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm not. I'm becoming a facts, figures, numbers, logic. Holy shit, the system needs to change. Maximalist. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why Robert Kiyosaki says Bitcoin, gold, right? Gold mines. He has gold mines, real estate. There's a reason why Larry Fink, the largest asset manager in the world, now says it's a flight to quality. There's a reason why they are now the #1 ETF. There's a reason why MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor holds so much Bitcoin. There's a reason why Cynthia Loomis was at the Bitcoin conference talking about a new treasury bill, to move Bitcoin underneath the treasury. There's a reason why Donald Trump is campaigning to be the new Bitcoin president, new crypto president, to bring all crypto mining here to the US to dominate. Because Bitcoin, 94% of the supply is gone. Gone. Let that sink in. 6% is left. That's it. They're going to mine it for 116 years. That's weird. A monetary system usually lasts about 180 to 100 years. That's interesting. So is Bitcoin the new foundation? Crypto, XRP, XLM, HBAR, are all these the new foundation for the new monetary system that our grandkids are going to see the next transition, the next fourth turning? So are we investing in the new foundation for the new financial system, or are we just getting played? Or is it a Ponzi scheme? But think about this. Put your logical hat on. If you're Larry Fink, you're Jamie Dimon. Larry Fink and Jamie Dimon, two of the biggest bankers in the world. Do you think you're going to let's just pretend we're in a boardroom, okay? Let's do this together. We're in a boardroom. I'm Larry Fink, okay? We're sitting there. And I come up to Larry Fink and I'm like, hey, Larry, check this out, man. Check this out. What we should do is we should go all in on this Bitcoin thing. Tell me a little bit about it. Well, some guy named Satoshi Nakamoto created it. Okay, who is this guy? We don't know who he is. You don't know who he is? Yeah, we should go all in on it. And we should tell other people to do it as well. And we should get asset managers to allocate, 2 to 3% of their portfolios in here. And then we should get as much as we can. And we should actually, you know what we should do as well? Is we should take a large amount of our money and be the top holders in MicroStrategies, which has the largest amount of Bitcoin. But hold on a second. Guys, who made it? Oh, we don't know. We don't know who made it. We have no idea who made it. We just don't. Oh, that's a great idea. We're the largest asset manager in the world. We're tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2008 and the Federal Reserve in 2020. That's a great decision. Or is there a bigger picture here, guys? Like that's just logic. That's how I read the Bible, with logic. There's a living, breathing organism, not some fairy tale. Guys, logically, there's something that we don't know that's going on. So sure as hell, am I getting a piece of this pie? Sure as hell, am I accumulating as much Bitcoin as I can? Sure as hell, am I accumulating as much XRP as I can? Because I believe that the three that will be here, for sure, there'll be thousands of others. It's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Ethereum's deep in the banking system. XRP is going to radically transform the banking system, and Bitcoin will be a store of value. So does that help, just putting a logical circuit on instead of your, the drunk uncle at the barbecue telling you it's a Ponzi scheme, or still, I mean, I'm talking to some high level people, with one of our big companies that we have, and they're still like, I don't know about this Bitcoin thing. I'm like, well, I don't know. Do you know who Larry Fink is? Yeah. And in this other company we have, it's like, we're allocating people's, into ETFs and things like that. I'm like, well, you know who Larry Fink? Oh, yeah. Larry Fink says it's a flight to quality. Man, I still don't. And it's like, do you realize that's how early you are? Does that click? Again, the boardroom. Who created it? We don't know. You don't know who created it? Yeah, let's just go all in on it. And then JP Morgan over here, he's one of the top 10 holders in this TEPCO company that is doing mining with Bitcoin. He also has JPM coin, which is a distributed ledger technology, on-demand liquidity, just like XRP, just like Ripple. Wells Fargo's with R3, faster payments, the settlements on cryptocurrency. People are not even going to know they're using cryptocurrency. So I'll get off my soapbox. So I tell you exactly what I do every single time. We're bringing out more education videos on my Instagram as well. I'm trying to get out as much free information as I can. Like, here's what I do. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. Okay. So I use crypto as it's still very speculative. That's the exciting part about it. But if you don't have a game plan, you're going to get wrecked. So there's two ways to do it. You can hold it forever. Okay. So I have a mix. Okay. Bitcoin, not touching. The rest of my cryptocurrency, I'm exiting 50% during the bull run. Now, I only exit if it hits exit targets, but I exit on the way up. I ladder out because it's going to get really, really hypey November through May next year. And people are going to be like, oh, I'm going to get rich quick. And everybody's waiting for the top, and everybody thinks they're the master trader and they're going to catch the top, and they all get wrecked. Exchanges shut down. Boom. They're being over liquidated. You come sliding down the back end. I exit on the way up. Boom, profit. I pull my profit down the risk pyramid. So left side of the risk pyramid is high risk, high return. Crypto's at the top of that. I pull it back down the risk pyramid to lower risk, lower returns, and I put it into tier one capital. I use insurance. I personally use Index Universal Life. Some people use whole life. I use term for my family. I use Index Universal Life because I like to compound my money, I like to protect my money, and I like to leverage my money. Those three things for me are worth the cost of insurance in the beginning. I also like to borrow against my money when I'm retirement age. It's not a retirement because of tax code 7702A, tax-free at the back end of retirement. You see what I'm doing? So I'm putting my earned income from my businesses into speculative assets, not all of it, but when it profits, I pull it down and I secure the house money. And now I have the ability, I'm compounding my house money. I can borrow against it tax-free. If I see another asset, I'll borrow against my own bank and I'll go buy that asset to multiply my money. Richest man in Babylon. And for business, I want to explain this. I've decided to kind of we decided to like niche down and hone in. We have multiple companies, but we're not adding any more businesses. We're getting really good at what we do, and we're future proofing our businesses, and we're doubling down on what we do. And as that income comes in, I'm just going to keep rotating that. I'm going to get more precious metal silver using Bitcoin as my gold, and we're going into multifamily. So a lot of information. I hope you're still here. And if you are, comment warrior. I love you guys. Comment warrior. I love you because I love you. But if you need any support at all, because I share so much information, we get hundreds of messages a day. We can support you. Okay. Number one, be careful of scammers. We do not invest people's money. We will never ask you to send us money to invest ever. We don't have a crypto investment platform. We don't have a trading platform. Those are scammers. That's not me messaging you. Do not respond to those people. Do not. Okay. What we do have, if you go in the description of my video, fill out the needs assessment. In my social media platform, click the link, fill out the needs assessment. If you need help understanding how I ensure my wealth, fill out the needs assessment, and I'll have a proper team member reach out to you around wealth strategies or retirement strategies, excuse me. So they'll text you, they'll call you, the email. It's a completely free consultation. You'll never send money to that person. Okay, these are my team members in all 50 states and in Canada. So I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the inside. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.